you guys can hear me. It's your girl, Coach Kelly. And I wanted to just take the opportunity to just say thank you to all of the people who have been registering for the subconscious detox. I wanted to just go ahead and type that in because I'm also doing an Instagram at the same time. Hello guys. I wanted to go ahead and get started. So what I decided to do was I was going to actually film this in my office, but I decided that I wanted to try something different and do this detox in my actual prayer room. This is my prayer room, and I come here to just relax, listen to music, read. I come to read and to just decompress from my day. Some days, most days I'm laying on the carpet. I'm laid out on the floor, and I'm just relaxing, and I'm just thinking about God. I'm thinking about just like everything that I'm grateful for. I'm just thinking about everything that God has done for me today. So today, I believe God is working and God is detoxing me because I asked Him to reveal to me and to show me everything in my life that needed to be released. And so a few months ago, I went to Cabo, St. Lucas, in Mexico. And during that time frame, I didn't realize how desensitized I was, or how disconnected I was from certain things. And I just remember being on the beach, and while I was on the beach, and I'll post the pictures, but I was reading this book called Real Happiness. And I know you may say, Coach Kelly, you're doing all of these amazing things in your life, and why are you reading a book about happiness? Well, the thing about life is that the busier you are, sometimes the less likely you're connected with yourself. Outside of your customer base, outside of you working diligently to provide services and things like that for other people, sometimes you may fall in a place where you're not as in tune with yourself as you need to be, because there may be things that are just presently around you or just in your sphere. So what I decided to do is that I wanted to read a book while I was on vacation. So I decided to read this book called Real Happiness. One of the things that I like about this book is that it's talking to me. It talked to me about mindfulness. Mindfulness is a process of minimizing everything and clearing your mind space. Hello, can you hear me good? I hope so. I hope that you can hear me clearly. I want to make sure that this actual detox is effective. The purpose of detoxing is really to declutter your mind space. One thing about our subconscious mind, it's like a storage. It gives you the ability to keep all of the information, your memories, everything is stored in your subconscious mind. Your conscious mind is like your front porch. It's what is present, is what's currently going on in your life. That is your consciousness. It's where you presently are. It may be something that happened on yesterday, but for the most part, a lot of your memories, like stored memories, are in your subconscious mind. There are some things that are in our subconscious mind that we want to hold on to. And there are other things that we may not want to hold on to. We may not even want to talk about it. But today, I want us to talk about those things that you may not even know that could be controlling some of your outcomes. You may find yourself in a place where every single time it's time to launch or to complete a project, something continuously goes in the way. Maybe every time you getting ready to do a test or apply for a new position, you may get so nervous and gripped with fear that you stop. Or you may find yourself in a place where when everything is going good, it just seems weird for you. And maybe being in a cycle of not accepting even the good things that come into your life. Every good thing that comes into our life, every good thing that we experience in our life is God's way of showing his love towards us. God's love is so rich, it's so amazing, it's so unmatched, it's so relentless that we could not escape it if we wanted to. And so many of us love the same way that God loves us, which is unconditionally, which sometimes it may feel like you love until it hurts. Sometimes you may be loyal to a fault, like you're so loyal that even when it's time to end things, even when it's time to let things go because you're being violated or hurt, sometimes you may not know how to really process letting some things go. But today I wanted to share some things that I've tried in the place of mindfulness to help me to make clear decisions on what is best for me at this present time. So one of the things that I was doing was, and I did not know until I began to get into mindfulness, is that a lot of the things that make us upset and make us sad aren't really in the present moment. It's not in our consciousness. It's in our subconsciousness. So sometimes it's not what I call the front porch, but sometimes it's all the way down in the basement. And sometimes we go through situations that are present and we go all the way downstairs in the basement and we go and get those old memories and those old experiences and we bring them to the current. Have you ever talked with someone and they may have done something to you that you just didn't like, and instead of just dealing with it for that day, you go all the way back and you grab other experiences and you begin to connect those experiences with it, and you'll say things like, see, that's why I don't help people now. Well, the reason why I don't help people is because every time I help somebody, they do something, they say something. And what you've done is you created links around other traumatic experiences, and that experience really is not what is driving that anger or driving the unforgiveness or driving that pain that you can't even articulate. And so that's what I want to talk to you about. What is those things, those cycles, those mindsets that you haven't been able to get over? Maybe you may be dealing with some unforgiveness, and unforgiveness is a subject for so many people because forgiveness is not for strangers. Forgiveness is for people that you are connected to, sister or brother, husband, wife. So it's so important that we work on our inner strength, that we work on our inner forgiveness, that we allow our vibrations to push out positive energy so that we in turn can get positive energy. When you are bombarded with previous thoughts and situations, it's very hard and it's very challenging for you to really truly experience the love that you want, the love that you crave, because there's so many other evil things around you. And it's very important that we do our own inner work. For the is wrapped up in our mind. Our soul salvation would say to us that we are greater with Christ, that God is our shepherd, so we shouldn't fear anything. Yet we worry about tomorrow, we worry about the next day and the next day after that, and we don't take advantage of all of the good things that God is currently doing. So the moment you find yourself having those negative thoughts, like today, I literally yelled out to God and I said, okay, God, I don't want to have another negative thought. I felt it deep in my spirit. I felt it deep inside of me that I did not want to no longer have negative thoughts, feelings, or desires. I no longer wanted to hold on to things that did not feed my heart intentions. So one thing about me is that if I know that when I walk into a room, I generally speak to everybody in the room. That is my personality. I'm a giver, I am a lover, and my vibrations are usually high. Now, vibrations, I know a lot of times when I'm talking, I talk about vibrations and what it all entails. Vibrations are literally your inner energy. It's literally how we think about ourselves, how we think about others, and it's all in our vibrations. So when our vibrations are really high, that is a place where your vibration or your spirit is all the way lifted. So that means that's what healing is. In that high vibration, there's healing, there's love, there's this amazing feeling, this rush. As we go down in frequencies, that's where sadness and pain and stress and grief is. And in those very lowered vibrations of energy, that's where you become sick, overwhelmed, you become stressed out, you make yourself susceptible to diseases. That is a vibration that you have to work really, really hard to get away from. No one should stay in a vibration of 300, 200, or even 100, because that is where the sickness, the disease, all of those things, those negative emotions, those negative feelings, all of that is in that lower vibration arena. So when you begin to feel yourself going down that road, and what takes us down that road is the things that are stuck in our subconsciousness, things that has happened to us, experiences. One of my experiences that caused me to want to do this whole subconscious detox was when I was 19 years old. I was sexually assaulted, and I never truly processed the grief of what happened to me. I literally I don't know if I just numbed out. I don't know if I just wanted to just erase it from my memory, but instead of me dealing with it, I kind of lived with it for a very long time, became a very, very successful person, and did not realize that whatever you don't reveal, you cannot heal. So when you hold things in, when you pack all of those things into your mind basement, it's very easy for it to become full, overwhelmed, or overstocked. So it's super duper important that we as individuals go back into our subconscious mind and begin to say, okay, what happened to me? What did I do? Am I happy about the outcome of my life right now? What events led me up to where I am today? And trying to break down the walls, break down all of those things and pinpoint exactly what happens. Because one thing about life, there's one thing, and it's called cycles. Our life goes into cycles as seasons. So we have seasons of birthing, we have seasons of dying, we have seasons of resting. So many different seasons according to Ecclesiastic. There's a time to birth, there's a time to die, there's a time to sow, there's a time to reap. There are so many different seasons that we enter into our life, and it really is by design. So there's things that will happen to you that you really will not have any control over. And it's okay. It's okay to have those moments so that you can sit down, gain clarity, get yourself back into a better place. So one of the things that I do is I really encourage reading. I am an avid reader. I have about 5 bookshelves full of books. Most of my books are business books, but the mass majority of my books are really talking about mindfulness and understanding the process of being. Mindfulness means to be present. It means that you're on the front door of your mind and not living in the basement of your mind. So that's the difference between your subconscious mind, which is like your basement, your storage bin, right, of your brain, and bringing it forward to the present is where mindfulness really relies. It's in your mind. The Bible says to have the mind of Christ. Means that if you have this mind of success and everything that involves around success, and that's all you think about, like I'm the head and not the tail, I'm above and not beneath, I'm the lender not the borrower. You have things that you can say: I'm fearfully and wonderfully made, I am a six-figure, like whatever it is that you believe about yourself. Make sure that you align your words towards the direction that you want to head yourself in. The second thing I suggest is that you look around you to see who is in your life. If the people that are in your life are constantly leading you back to your basement, you want to check that. Because if I share an experience with someone about my life, and the next time I see them, they want to bring me back to that same place, chances are that person is not there for your healing. So you want to be very, very careful and set yourself and ask God to give you laser sharp discernment so that you're able to see who is for you and who is against you. There's some people that will enter into your life and their whole assignment is literally just to be your work buddy. They may not be able to be a person that shares your intimate space, and it's okay. So the next thing I did was, and this is a new journal. I like it. It's cute. It's got a whole bunch of little, it was for my son, but my son decided he didn't like it anymore. So this has a lot of different emojis on it. It's inspiring to me. So it has all of these different emojis. Like it has good emojis, not so good emojis, some silly emojis. It has just all of these different emojis. So one of the things that you could do is find a journal that is separate for your healing process. I know you may say, I already have a journal, Coach Kelly. I really don't need a journal, but this will be something that you could use to just document your life, right? So this is my actual journal. I've been doing this journal, and this is a specific journal for one of the areas in my life that I wanted to journal. It's about emotional intelligence. So this is my emotional intelligence journal. If you notice, I've been journaling over 2 years. So I actually put my date and time of like my feelings and my emotions, how I feel in each moment, how my day went. So this was May 13th. I wrote, restore my soul, Lord. I kind of like to write my own scriptures. And I said I really had a long week. I denied myself most of the week. I was happy that my business is growing. I got a lot of orders. I'm making money. I said that, my emotions have been kind of up and down all day. I kind of felt like I wanted to shut down for a moment. I couldn't wait to make it in the house so that I could relax. So each day I'll write down how I'm feeling, and then I'll go back to it because it's really important to locate yourself where you are, especially if you're trying to discover maybe some emotional cycles in your life. This journal, having this habit to write down how you feel, and it's really designed to help you to get to a better place. If you're not in a really happy place, it's okay. It's called being human. You don't always have to be in a happy space, but it's really important that your goal is to find that place that makes you happy. So one of the things that I did was I thought about myself at my most happiest place. Like, okay, Can I think back to when I was my happiest? Well, I thought about kind of like my present a few years ago up until now. So what makes me happy now is helping other people. So when I'm experiencing different challenges, I like to do what I'm doing now. I like to document my own personal journeys. Like, a lot of people go through different things and they don't want to talk about it. They kind of go and hide under a rock and they deal with it. Me, on the other hand, when I'm going through things, I like to serve. So when yesterday I do children's church. I'm a Sunday school teacher. I love being around kids because I feel at my highest vibration when I'm helping and pouring into other people. So what I decided is, no matter what I'm going through, I can't stop doing that. The enemy will want me to stop because it's like, oh, if you're going through something, you need to be alone. You need to work it out. You need to be by yourself. But I actually believe the opposite. I believe that when you're going through something, I believe that getting into a place of servanthood, getting into a place of considering other people, I believe you unlock the hidden treasure of breakthrough doing service. So I tell you, and this is my full point, that if you are in a place of transition, if you're in a place where you feel stuck, you may not feel good about yourself, or you may feel really great about yourself, but you just really feel like, I just feel like the excitement or the flame is gone. I want you to reconnect with service. I want you to get into a place where you begin to serve. I want you to get into a place where you're able to connect again with humanity. Because one thing about your heart is where the issues of life flow. And if your heart is not right, if your heart is wounded, then guess what? You're going to want to isolate more and more. So it's super duper important that you choose not to isolate, that you choose to get around people, that you choose to be in a place where it doesn't feed your ego. It doesn't feed your, what you would call, financial advancement. But do something that's absolutely free that will help other people. See, I don't get paid to do youth ministry. There's no payment in that. It's all volunteer work. So what am I getting from it? I'm getting that feeling that I'm doing God's business. I get this feeling that I'm sowing into the next generation of leaders and pastors and, just workers of humanity. So as I give out and as I pour out into the heart and the lives of other people, I just believe that God honors that God favors that. See, I wouldn't be what I am today if it had not been for servanthood. Servanthood opens up doors that nothing else can open. So getting into a place of servanthood, do you know that every amazing person that I know is a servant? Every person that I know that is at the top of their game, they have philanthropy as a part of their business. Look at Chick-fil-A. See, the history behind Chick-fil-A is being a part of being mindful of other people. So the guy who created Chick-fil-A, he was doing a fundraiser so that he can put people in his community through college. So through his servanthood, God gave him this amazing business where he is one of the top fast food businesses and only is open 6 days a week and closed on Sundays. So it means so much to me to see others winning. It means a lot to me to see God shining in the earth. And I know a lot of people, they'll get on my lives and I don't think they realize my heart. My heart is to share my own personal journey, my own personal experience. Like, I'm sitting in my prayer room. I was going to do, be in my office and do some fancy backdrop. But this is where I come to relax, to decompress. I pray for my followers. I'm praying for my tribe. I'm praying for my customers, my clients. I'm praying for all of the people that's connected to me, because I believe that when you lay down your life and share your vulnerable story with other people, you open up the window of healing, not just for others, but also you begin to gain self-healing. So my music in the background, I wanted to talk about that because environment is key to detoxification. There is music that I listen to that heals me. So sometimes at night, I'm listening to this Zen music, this meditation music, and I'm just picturing on the canvas of my imagination just myself running, myself swimming, myself walking on the beach. I'm thinking about just being with nature, communing with God, thinking about being in that holy of holy realm that literally only exists between me and God. And not only do I have books and journals, I also have the precious scriptures. I have my Bible that I refer to, because for me, understanding the point of a detoxification or consecration or fasting or whatever you call it, it's really about getting back to communion with God and getting back into communion with yourself. So we're having this event on Sunday, and it's push into purpose empowerment event, and it's going to be Sunday. It's free to register. I put the link on my page. If you're interested in registering, please do. We have about 10 more seats left. So I want to make sure that you are there, because we're going to be talking about doing this inner work that is required. If you want to advance in life, you don't want to fly and have all of this other stuff in your subconscious mind and have all this stuff going on. So we're going to have women who are winning in the area of mindfulness, women who are winning in business. And I think because we're in a society where everything has to be shown and seen, we choose during those times not to go live on Facebook and Instagram and all of that, because we want to protect our tribe and give our women the opportunity to just flow and just to talk about their life and really get healed. Because true healing sometimes is just you and God. I am in therapy. I feel amazing and great about it, because there's some things that I've been through in my life that I really didn't even know how to process it. Now, I could pray, fast, work, serve, but there's moments where you just have to release. Sometimes you have to empty out. And emptying out means talking about it, seeking godly counsel, finding someone that you could talk to, finding someone that you can vent to in human form. Because I cry out to God, God, I need you to help me. God, I need you to heal me. God, I ask you that you send people in places and situations that will help me, to align me to where God is taking me. And then the last part to all of this is rest. It's rest, it's meditation, it's breathing, it's getting into a place of serenity, it's finding things that remind you of who you are. So I got this bracelet, this necklace, it's called Feminist. And it's really about getting to your feminine energy. It's about getting to a place where you accepting who you are in your femininity. And if you love pink, or if you like black, or if you like red, or whatever color that you are free to express yourself, that's the color that you wear. That's the color that you put on. And so for me, my favorite color is blue. But in this season in my life, I chose yellow. Because yellow is the sun. Yellow is bright. Yellow represents the sun, which means healing, which means warmth, which means so many things, which means light. And so I believe that I am light. I am the sun. That God gave me this ability to connect with other people, not just in a soulish realm, but also spiritually. That I can not just be a pretty face, but I can also be a pretty mind. And that I can illuminate the love of God in every single thing that I do. And so you can create your own vacation and your own retreats. I decided that I wanted to do a prayer room where there's no furniture, no pretty decorations, just a nice rug. And I decided to put some goals and some prayers on the wall. I have my board where I write down affirmations, and affirmations are really, inner conversations that you have between yourself and God, And so I write things like, I am rich, I'm loved by God, I'm debt free, I'm healed, I am a miracle. So I write things down to remind myself, and I say them out loud. So basically, that's what this whole detox is about. So I'm going to be doing this every Monday at 8 p.m. And I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I hope that it was something that you could share with other people. And I just hope that you will just reconnect yourself, and that you will be present, that you would be healed, that you will be excited, that you will go after things that you said that you was, and just allow life to just really distract you. So I hope that this has been really informative, but I also hope that you have left with something that could possibly help you in your journey. So remember our event that we're having on Sunday. I hope you can join us. It is a free event. I'm looking forward to meeting you, to seeing you and reconnecting with some of you. And so I hope you have a wonderful night. Remember that you are the master of your soul. Love you guys. Good night.